Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Apex Chess Academy. Yes, today's topic is again very unique and which is the concept of half stalemate. Okay, so we everyone knows what is basically stalemate, but what is half stalemate? With the help of this example, we are going to see this concept. Okay, before going forward, let's speak the initial position for the blind players. White, king e2, bishop h5, e4. Black, king g2, d6, e5, h2. Well, here the h2 pawn is very dangerous. Black is going to play h1 and you have to give up your bishop anyhow. And then basically black has two pawns against white's one pawn, so it's winning. But in fact, with the help of this concept, not even white holds, but white actually wins in this position. Okay, let's see how. Okay, first of all, okay, you can pause the video if you have still not found the solution. We'll go through the solution right now. Let's say white goes for bishop f3 check. Black has, of course, only one good move, that is king g1, and now black is threatening just h1 queen. Okay, now here white cannot go for king d3 because if white goes for king d3, black will simply make a queen. White has to take on h1, king into king c4, but then black is just in time. Black plays king g2, king d5, king f3, king d6, and king into e4, and of course black is winning. Black will simply play next to either king d4 or king f4 and just simply push his pawn. So now let's go back to move number 2. After bishop f3 check, king g1, black has some problem after white's stunning move bishop to h1. Yes, now you see black is just out of move. Black has to take on h1. It is forced, and now white can simply squeeze in this position. We won't allow black's king to come out, and then black has to play his extra move, and that is the d6 pawn, which is basically free. So you can't move your king, but you have a pawn to move, and that is known as the concept of half stalemate. And here white has to be very careful. Here white has two moves, either king f2 or king f1. King f1 is the correct move, king f2 which is a bad move. Now first of all, let's look why king f2 is bad. So after bishop h1, king h1, king f2, black will play d5, let's say e5, and black is forced to play e4, d6, e3 check. And if you play king f1, then again e2 check. And if you take on e3, then just king g2, d7, and now both kings, both will just push his pawn to queen, and it's basically ended in draw. Now let's come back to move number 3. After first move bishop f3, king g1, bishop h1, king h1. Here white should play king to f1. Now what's the difference? Let's see. Here white has one extra tempo, and that tempo matters a lot. After king f1, let's say black plays d5 and white takes on d5, e4, d6, e3, d7, e2 check. And now white will simply take on e2. Black has to play king g2, and now white pushes his pawn to queen. Black even makes a queen, and now what? Both have still queens on the board, but here if you have learned the concept of queen versus 7th rank pawn, especially against the rook pawn, then you know how to win in this position. But okay, even if you don't know about that, I'll show you how you can win here, and in our future topic I'll cover this queen versus 7th rank pawn as well. in end here, right? So after h1 queen, here white should play queen to g5 check, king h3, queen h5 check, king g2 is forced because it's secure, so you have to defend your queen, king g2, now queen g4 check, king h2, and now it looks like, what man, just you are giving checks and it's going to be a draw. But here white has another stunning move, that is king f2, and basically it's a no check position, so black's queen is there on h1, but you can't give any kind of checks. And here white has few ways to mate, right? Either queen g3, queen h4, or queen h5. So this is known as the concept of half stalemate. The beautiful move was the move number 2, that is bishop to h1, and that wins the game. Otherwise you are going to lose. So hope you have enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for my future videos.